Good morning, everybody. It's Deanna with toolsofenergyprotection.com, and welcome to the Swift Energy Shift for February 26, 2017. We are now on the eclipse weekend. We are really seeing energies going fast and furious, and today I'm doing a broadcast from my home as opposed to the office. So give a few moments for everybody to get on, and remind you that this weekend was the solar eclipse, and so what that means is that there was a very huge energetic shift on the planet. We had several different shifts leading up to that, and today is it. So what could you possibly be feeling this morning or today? This is a time where your spiritual life is extremely important, and your connection to spirit or source is extremely important, because what we're being asked to do up until this week was to really look within ourselves. I talked a lot about self-love and self-fulfillment, and this eclipse is about what you chose and closing the door on what you didn't choose. So basically, door number one was to go to choose more positive aspects, and door number two was to choose more negative aspects. So what I'm seeing across the line with my clients, as well as some friends and family members, is people felt very pressured, or a lot of anxiety, and really had a lot of things come up in their face from the past, from things that they've been dealing with, sometimes their whole lives, sometimes recently, and they were really being faced with that choice. I don't like the word struggle, but a lot of people were really struggling, like, which way am I going to go? And there was a tendency to cling to the pattern that was most comfortable for some people, and others have chosen to take a bold step forward. So whichever way that you've chosen, the energy now has closed the door, if you will, on that choice, and is really propelling you in motion towards that. And that may not be a popular thing to think about, and then some people may really not like that, but that indeed is what the energy shift has done. Now, does that mean that you can't change? Does that mean that you can't move forward? No, you still can. But with this energy shift, you're going to notice more of a definity, trying to get the words out. So today, just be very cognizant and very aware of your connection with your spiritual divine self and your physical self, and the connection to source, and walking forward. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with the Swift Energy Shift. I had promised that when we get on these transmissions that I will ask for the energy to be cleared for everybody that's on, and also those that are going to be watching within the next 48 hours. And so what I'm doing now is connecting into the divine, into spirit, God, or source, and the angels of light, and asking that they connect with all of you. And then I'm asking that the energy be cleared, so that whatever choices that you've made to go forward will be blessed. If you're still having trouble with negative or not so positive choices, I'm going to ask that they support you in choices towards positivity. So they're working on that. So what is an energy clearing? Very quickly, it's through the power of spirit or source, and through the power of your angels, that your energy is being uplifted, and if you will, the thermostat of your positivity is being uplifted. And good morning, Melissa. Thank you so much for joining. Hope you're having a great and wonderful day. Today's kind of a somber day. Normally I'm usually more happy in the transmissions, and if you notice I'm a little bit more somber. There was a flu that was going around that was the upper respiratory one. We talked about that last week, and the energy cleared for that. And then either it's a part 2 of that or it's a different bug which seems to affect the lower intestines, which is interesting because that's digestion. So digesting of our lives or not being able to digest our lives that we've created for ourselves seems to be the message with this particular one, but it is painful. Excuse me, or can be painful. So that's one of the reasons that I'm a little bit somber today, because that particular bug decided to take hold on me. So I've been clearing the energies around that. All right. So what's the big message for today? Remember, we've just had the eclipse, so and some of that's still happening as we speak if you're on live. And that means that all the choices that you've made up until now about positivity or negativity, the energetic door has basically been shut on that, and you're going to be seeing those energies rolling forward. So I'll give you a quick example. I've had one client that's been struggling with negativity pretty much for his whole life. Good morning, Christy. And thank you very much, Melissa, for sending the love and light on the pain in my intestines. But that is part of the journey. Okay, so let me be more succinct. So what's happening is I have had one client in particular that I'm going to use for an example. He's been struggling with negativity pretty much his whole life. Last week there was a big, huge push energetically for him to dump that. So what I like to think about is in the movies, when you see two people struggling in a scene, one of them might have a knife or a gun in their hand, and the other person has grabbed the hand, and they keep beating that hand up against a wall, trying to get the person to turn loose of the gun or the knife. That pretty much was last week. Whatever energy you were holding on to that was negative or not creating positivity in your life, the energies of the planet, of spirit source, was taking that hand and trying to get that negativity out. And if you turn loose of it, great. You have a brand new start today. This is a brand new start to grab onto positive energies, to grab onto love and peace and joy, and really move that forward in your 3D world. If you didn't make that choice, you might notice that things that are negative are coming up to be concluded. They're really being pushed in conclusion. So if a lot of things are blowing up or coming up in your face for choices, that's why. So please embrace that. Take a step back, take a nice deep breath, and say, okay, why am I choosing this? The other thing to note is the chemistry of the human brain. I've been doing some studying about that. So if you've gone forward with negative thoughts in your past, or you've gone forward with positive thoughts in your past, that's how your brain is patterned. Those patterns are changeable. It just requires work. If you have a mental health care provider, it'd be a good idea to check with them as well. But what you do is you make the choice to go forward positive, and you set yourself up for those choices. Get a calendar out, make a plan, put reminders in your phone, you know, today do this. And it's about taking personal responsibility for moving forward in a positive manner. You might have to change food choices. You might have to change the choices of people that you hang out with or the places that you go, but you can do it. It just requires focus. So anyways, let me see if there's any other messages for today. Okay, the other thing that they're reminding me of is for the last couple days, a lot of people have been reporting weird dreams. There's been a lot of people who normally don't have REM focus, or they're not able to see their dreams, have been experiencing them. And they're very busy, including me, very busy in our dreams. seem to be going places, taking care of things, wrapping up loose ends, perhaps learning lessons, and we understand it, and then when we wake up, there's no recall of it other than we had really weird dreams, and we're very exhausted. And I'm still working on figuring out where that's coming from and why it's coming, but just know that it's there. And if you need to take a nap later in the day and you have the time to do that, get your rest, and know that those things are processing. I haven't really received anything specific about that yet, but I'm still working on it. And let me see if there's anything else. So what I'm being told is there's a lot of things in our subconscious mind that have been hidden, buried, or covered up during our lifetimes because we haven't either had the tools to deal with it or the desire to deal with it. And that's part of what's coming up in the dreaming state, is that's being fleshed out. Good. Okay. So going forward today, if you are still having some challenges with things that are not happy or positive in your life, take some time out today to meditate, take some time out to journal, and take some time out to set positive goals going forward. You can still do it, and yeah, they're saying that you can still do this, but it'd be just a little bit more challenging. But sometimes there's those of us, I wouldn't know who that would be, who require a bigger challenge in order to accomplish things. So that's it for today. I don't see any questions. Just two lovely people that have chosen to join up today, and that's wonderful. And I will be posting on Facebook when the next time's for us to get together to do the Swift Energy Shift. Again, that's just basically where whoever comes together, and for the next 48 hours on the YouTube channel, has an energy clearing to uplift and move you forward as much as possible in the time allotted. And if you were joining me for the first time, the YouTube channel can be found by clicking on toolsofenergyprotection.com. Click on Contact, and there'll be a link to the YouTube channel. Yes, Christy, love you too. Have a great and wonderful Sunday, and look forward to seeing you all again soon. Have a great day.